very much for coming. First, I just want to say we're very happy to be here and to be your new service provider. My name is Fifi Madre. I've been with Hotwire for almost 10 years. Started out as an account manager, and I've been in the business development department for about 4 to 5 years now. Today our presentation is just to tell you who we are, what we do, what to expect with your new service, and also there's a Q&A card on the seat. So if you have any questions, the way how we're doing it, if you have any questions, please write it down, and at the end of the presentation, I'm just going to collect them all, read them all, and answer it so everyone can hear everyone's questions and all the answers. Lastly, before I jump into the actual presentation, please, if you haven't scheduled your appointment, please do so before you leave, because it's very imperative that before you leave, you schedule your appointment so that my team members can start visiting your home and conducting the in-home consultation. Just to tell you a little bit about who we are, what we do. So, this happened last time.
There we go.
Yeah, 1 second.
You all got that?
Yes. Okay, bye.
Thanks for coming.
So, who is Hotwire? What is Hotwire? So, Hotwire, we're the largest privately held cable franchise operator in Florida. It's a family-owned business by Michael and Kristen Karp. Started out in Philadelphia back in 2000, and we've been operating in Florida since 2005. We're the first Florida company to offer fiber to the unit, the first Florida company to provide IPTV, and the first Florida company to offer 1 gig, and come next year we're going to be providing up to 10 gigs if you like. We serve from Florida all the way up to New York City, and we're an end-to-end fiber optic telecommunications provider. So what that means is that when we come here, we're going to build a brand new fiber optic infrastructure and bring fiber directly to every unit. This is just basically our fiber footprint. As I mentioned to you earlier, we serve from Florida all the way up to New York City on our own fiber optic backbone, which we own and operate. Just some facts about Florida, our Florida operation. Our Florida office, we have one in Miami, one in Fort Lauderdale, which happens to be our national headquarters. We do have offices in Naples, Orlando, Jacksonville, and Tallahassee. Florida, which I mentioned, is our national headquarters. We also have our call center there as well too. Our network operations center is there as well too. And as we get into more of the presentation, I'll elaborate more about our call center and our network operations center and what we do there. Benefits of fiber optics. It's a technology that will last for the next 30 to 40 years. You will be getting a dedicated fiber connection. Today, right now, you're not on a fiber connection with your current provider, but with us, we're coming, we're going to build a brand new fiber optic infrastructure, and each fiber connection that will go to your home will be dedicated and not shared. Fiber optics increases property value as well too, and as I mentioned, it's a technology that will last for the next 30 to 40 years. The platform, the actual TV platform that we're going to be deploying, it's IPTV, which was the IPTV platform. It's the middleware. It was developed by Microsoft, now Ericsson, and it's in over 27 million homes today. As I get more in-depth into the presentation, when we talk about the Vision TV platform, I'm going to tell you more about the features and what you could do with your TV once you're up and running with our services. Why fiber optics? It's the only future-proof technology. It's on over 22.7 million homes today. It uses 50% electricity. You get business grade connection for your home. So I'm going to talk about that on the next slide. When I say business grade connection in your home, your bulk package is 200 megs down by 50. A lot of business, they offer that as a business grade service, but with us, we're giving it to you guys as part of the bulk, and that's for residential. Even though the bulk speed is 200 by 50, you have the option to upgrade up to higher speed if you like. Why Hotwire? Superior customer support. So we do have 2 call centers, one in Atlanta and one in Fort Lauderdale. Fort Lauderdale, which happens to be our national headquarters. We operate 24/7, 365, and we do not outsource any of our call center agents. If you call our call center, first the call will be answered less than 60 seconds, and it will be someone local. And if there's an issue with your service, they can log into your box remotely. And if they can't fix it remotely, then they will dispatch a technician within 24 to 48 hours. If you have a complete outage in your home, for whatever the case may be, we will dispatch a technician same day. Additionally, as an extra level of support, you're going to have a dedicated account manager for your property, and that dedicated account manager will visit the property once or twice a week, checking with property management team, the board members, making sure everything is okay. They'll walk the property to make sure all the services in the common areas, the Wi-Fi, the TV services are all working up to par. And when that account manager is not on site and for whatever reason Robert or Teresa or the board member needs to get hold of that account manager, they're always a phone call away. The Network Operations Center, this facility is located in our national headquarters in Fort Lauderdale, and it's staffed 24/7, 365. So there's always engineers in that room 24/7, 365 monitoring our entire network. Currently, with the Better Business Bureau, we have an A+ rating. About our products and services, so our efficient internet. Currently, today, the average speed across the country is 18.7 megs. With Tivoli, your bulk internet speed will be 200 megs down by 50 up. And because we deliver our services over fiber optic and we bring fiber directly into your unit, your internet will be dedicated. And what I mean by dedicated, today, in your current environment, you're in a shared network. So at peak times, your internet speed fluctuates. When everybody's home, when you go on the internet, it slows down. That is because there is a node somewhere along on the property or out on the property that is not only connected to Tivoli Lakes, it's connected to many other communities around there. So when everybody is on the internet, it slows down. That's because it's a shared network. With us, you're never going to experience that because our internet is dedicated. You get a dedicated fiber connection to every home. So think of it as with your existing provider, you're on the 95, 5 o'clock traffic. So you can just imagine the speed that you're going. Whereas with us, we're giving you your own private highway. So there's no one behind you and there's no one in front of you. So you can go at your own pace. So that's just the difference with our internet compared to the other provider. Data caps. Does anybody know what data cap is? No? Yeah. Okay, so for some of you that don't know, you remember back in the day when you buy a cell phone, you have to take out a plan and you get a certain amount of minutes per month, and if you go over that, they charge you for the overage, or unless if you take an unlimited account. So it's sort of the same way the telecommunications providers have instituted data caps. So what that means is that they give you a certain amount of bandwidth per month, and if you go over that bandwidth, they charge you for overage, or unless if you take out an unlimited plan. Now, today you may think, well, I'm never going to go over that, so I don't have to worry. Well, today you may not. But later on, you will go over that. And remember, with us, we're future-proofing you. So we're not instituting any data caps. So you'll have an unlimited amount of bandwidth, to utilize, and you're not gonna get penalized or have to pay extra because we're not instituting data caps. And one of the main reasons why you would be using a lot of bandwidth is because a lot of you, I'm pretty sure a lot of you have Hulu, Netflix, Prime, so all of those require a lot of bandwidth. So you're gonna be streaming a lot, so when you stream a lot, you need a lot of bandwidth. So with us, we're future-proofing you, and you're not gonna be capped, and you wouldn't have to pay any additional in terms of data cap overage. Netflix, for 14 months now, we've been voted the fastest ISP provider by Netflix, and also we've been voted the fastest ISP provider by PC Magazine. And we were being compared to by Comcast and AT&T. Just to tell you a little bit about the TV platform, what you will be seeing in your home. Some of the features, we have a feature which is called Replay TV. It's the ability to go back 48 hours on 92 channels without the use of a DVR. So for example, you're here missing your favorite show. You don't have to worry about, oh my God, I need to set the recording, I'm gonna miss it. With us, once you're connected on our network, you can just go home whenever you're done doing whatever you have to do, go home and rewind it to the time it started. Plus, you can also skip through the commercial by using our trick play feature. So if you want to skip through the commercial, there's a button to the right, a right arrow. You just press it, it jumps 30 seconds in increment. If you go forward a little bit, there's a back arrow, you just press it and it goes back 7 seconds. It's a pretty neat feature. And again, this is on 48 hours on 92 channels, but on the mobile app, you can go back 7 days. And this has nothing to do with a DVR or on demand. It's completely different. The fast channel change. So because we deliver our services in fiber optic, on our fiber optic infrastructure and our IPTV, when you change a channel, it changes instantly. That is because it's an IPTV solution. When you change one channel, it's only transmitting one channel at a time. And when you do that, it freezes up bandwidth for other household use. So on our network, when you're completely installed with our service, when you're flipping through the channels, you're gonna see it changes instantly. It changes 0.3 of a second. Whereas right now, your current system that you have today, when you're trying to change a channel, it's pulling all those 500 channels at the same time. So it creates a bottleneck, a traffic congestion. So that's why you get that lag, that delay, or that black screen, because it's trying to think. But on our network, it's IPTV. It's only pulling one IP address at the same time, at a time. The multi-room DVR, that is a feature where it allows you to record in one room and watch in any other room. So, and I'll explain a little bit how it works when we go into the bulk package. But basically how it is, on our network, you just need one DVR box, and the other boxes will be non-DVR, just a regular HD box. And that multi-room DVR feature networks all the boxes, so it operates all of the boxes as a DVR. Ability to pair your Fission box with Amazon Alexa. So we're always trying to be a step ahead of the game. And we have partnered with Amazon, and the Alexa has a Fission skill. So it's you can use the Alexa as another way to navigate the TV instead of the remote. So if today you have, how many of you have the Alexa? Quite a few. So when we come to your home and the technician comes to your home, he can pair your Alexa, if you want, he can pair your Alexa to navigate the TV. So you can, instead of, trying to search for the remote, you could just say, Alexa, go to ABC, and so forth. But we also have voice remotes as well, too. You can speak to the remote as well, too. The Fission voice. The Fission voice, so this is not part of the bulk package, but we do have telephone services, It's unlimited local, domestic, and long distance, which also includes Canada. If you want to take advantage of that, we're running a retail promotion, which the first year is free, but you have to pay the taxes. The second year is $14.99, and the third year it caps out to $24.99. And again, it's unlimited local, domestic, and long distance, which also includes Canada. And yes, you can keep your same phone number if you like, or you can get a new number. The project entails 3 appointments. The first one is the mandatory in-home consultation. This is what my team over here, they're scheduling, so please, it is very important that you schedule that. And this in-home consultation, what basically it entails is that one of my team members would come and visit you in your home, and basically what they're going to be doing is doing a bill comparison. So they're going to tell you this is what is included in the vault. And I see you have stars, I see you have an extra box. Do you want to still have those services? And at that day, they will basically create an account for you. So it's very important that before you leave, make sure that you schedule that appointment. The second one is the installation of the fiber drop. And the third one is the actual in-home installation. That is where our technician is coming to your home to do the actual Hotwire installation. Now, when all this is going on, you're still going to be with services with Comcast. We're not touching Comcast's wiring anything. We're running our wires parallel. But on the day of the actual installation, that's when our technician is disconnecting the Comcast services in your home and activating the Hotwire services. Now, you have to return the boxes, the Comcast equipment at the closest Xfinity store. We'll take questions after. Yeah. This is the number if you want to call, if you have any questions. If you have a phone, you can snap a picture, but it's also in your letter as well too. This is the phone number and the email address.
It was in the blast email that you all received. It's in big bold letters in the middle of it.
This is just a picture of how we do our outdoor trenching. See, the guys are burying the fiber right there, and then they replace it with the sod. It just needs some water, and it's going to be green as ever. Here, this is our vault underground. Today you have the pedestals that's sticking up. That's with Comcast. With us, we have the underground vaults, which is right there, the last one at the bottom. This is just a sample of the in-home installation. This here is the ONT. This box here acts, this is the hub, the brain. This box here powers all your services. Every home will have this, and we will have this sort of setup. As I mentioned earlier, if you had an issue and you called in our call center, we log into this box remotely, and if we can't fix the issue, then we send out a technician. But this is our ONT. It stands for Optical Network Terminal. This is the hub, the brain. This box here powers all your services. This is our battery backup. If you took on our phone service, you would have a battery backup, and it has anywhere between 6 to 8 hours of talk time. And that talk time can be anywhere between 1 to 2 weeks. And this is just a switch. Included services contracted through your homeowners association. We have the plug and play. Now, you remember back in the day with Comcast, you were able to plug your TV directly in the coaxial outlet without a box, but now Comcast requires you guys now to have those little DTAs, the digital to analog. Well, we still have that technology, but we don't use a box. We call it plug and play. So the plug and play, you can plug directly into the existing coaxial outlet, and you're going to get 72 channels. They're delivered in two formats, analog and digital. Now, I do recall someone in here has the TV that you turn, the tuner. I know who it is, but I'm not going to call you out. But just anyway, so the folks that still carry those old-fashioned TV, they're gonna get those channels, but they're delivered in analog. And for the folks, for the newer flat screen TV, they're gonna get those channels in the digital format, plus they're gonna get local HD. And what's great about us is today, you cannot get HBO on those little devices. Wherever those DTAs are plugged into your TVs, you cannot get HBO. But with us, on our plug and play, you can get HBO. So you're going to get those 72 channels, plus you're going to get the HBO channels as well too. Without a box, just plug unlimited amount of TVs in your home. The Vision TV digital favorites, now you require a box here. So this is just basically our second tier of channels. If you look at the back of your the paper, you're going to see the channel lineup. Your bulk package includes digital access and digital favorites. Anything below that from digital premium is additional tiers that you can subscribe to directly to us and we bill you directly. But your package is digital favorites, which includes the access and the favorites. And you're also going to be getting the HBO too. So you're going to be getting HBO on the plug and play and with the boxes as well too. You're getting 2 HD boxes and 1 DVR along with the multi-room DVR service. And as I mentioned to you before, the multi-room DVR service is a network for the 3 boxes that allows you, that gives you the ability to record. So all 3 boxes will act as a DVR because of the multi-room DVR service. So you're going to be getting 3 HD boxes and they all act as DVR. You're also going to be getting 3 voice remotes. So if you want an additional box and you want to pair your Alexa to that 4th box, you can if you want to. The high-speed internet would be 200 megs down by 50 up. And as I mentioned to before, this is a dedicated speed. If you run a speed test hardwire, you will get this speed. But off of Wi-Fi, it will be a little bit less. Even though the bulk is 200 by 50, you have the option to upgrade up to 1 gig, which is 1,000 megs if you like. When my teammates visit your home, at that time, if you want to upgrade to a higher speed, you can. And I do know we have 4 bundle value plans in here if you want to subscribe to that. And when my team members visit you guys, at that time, if you want to subscribe to something above and beyond the bulk package, you can as well too, and they will go more in depth and explain to you more. You're also going to be getting 1 wireless router as a part of the package. So today, if you're renting a router from Comcast, with us, I mean, that's going to be a savings as well, another savings as well too, because we're not, we're providing you with 1 router and we don't use a modem. So everything will have an ONT box, that white box that I showed you earlier. So today, even if you're renting a modem, that's another savings when you guys switch over to Hotwire. The phone promotion, I mentioned that earlier. The first year is free. It's not part of the bulk. If you want to take advantage of it, you can. If not, you don't have to. The first year is free, but you pay the taxes. The second year is $14.99, and the third year caps out at $24.99. Unlimited, local, domestic, and long distance, which also includes Canada. You can keep your same phone number, or you can get a new one as well. This is just a high-level timeline of our project here. This month here, we started the construction of our fiber network. This month here, we're starting the consultations, and I think we start as early as tomorrow. September, that's when the actual installation begins. That's where our technician goes in your home and actually activate the Hotwire services. And again, when all this is going on, we're not touching Comcast's wiring or any other provider. So on this day, that's when our technician is going to disconnect your current service and activate the Hotwire services. They're gonna gather all the equipment and you have to return it to the Xfinity store. Now, please don't disconnect any services, especially the phone service. If you disconnect the phone service, and you know, my team member visits your home and we're ready to port the number, you're gonna lose that number. So don't disconnect any services at all. And December 2019, that is when the project will be completed. That is when we will have complete system activation for the entire community. Now bear in mind, you know, the way how we activate everyone, it's done by a turn switch. It's one home for activation. So many of you may be activated before the rest of you are. This is just the launch page. If you just take a picture of it, if you want to find out more about the launch process, that's the link, that's the access code, and there you can check on basically the entire launch and construction. So if you have, and I'll leave it on for a while, but there you can find you know, everything to do with the launch page. Now, once, I don't believe it's ready yet, but you're gonna have a website. It's going to call gethotwire.com/TivoliLinks, and that website that we build, it's for you guys. So there you can go on that website, you can contact your account manager, you can go see, click on the rate sheet. The rate sheet will have your bulk services, and if you want any additional services along with the price, the channel lineup, frequently asked questions, anything to do with Hotwire and Tivoli Links, you can find it on that website. It's working?
It's up.
Kim said it's up and running, so feel free to go and take a look at that.
Okay. That information that's on that slide was on the attachment that was blasted out to everybody last week. So you don't have to take pictures if you still have it.
It's on the middle of this page too.
Yeah, it's on the middle of the page.
Right, this is the rate sheet,
The
yeah.
rate sheet.
But on that too, you know, you can find more, like if you want to see, like if you want to call a foreign country and you want to know what it's the rate to call that country, you know, everything to do with Hotwire and Tivoli, you'll be able to find that as well too. If you guys are done with the questions, writing them down, just pass them to the end and I'll collect them.